Good morning, students, and welcome back to the YouTube channel of Proton. And this is the part 12 of our chapter Human Digestive System. And we are studying human digestive organ. And in this order, today we are going to study about very important part of our gastrointestinal tract, which is the small intestine. So let's start without delaying. Today we are studying about the basic descriptions, and in our upcoming video uh, and next video we are studying about the parts of small intestine. So now we are studying just basic description regarding the small intestine, right students? So let's start. First of all, the position of the small intestine. What is the position in our digestive system? What is the position of a small intestine? So let's see that it extends from pylorus to cecum, first part of large intestine. You must know, students, we have discussed tomorrow about the we have discussed about yesterday about the stomach, and we know very well that the last part of our stomach is known as pylorus. This is, I have drawn a rough diagram, and you can see in this rough diagram that this is the stomach, and this is esophagus connects with the stomach, first part, clear, and the last part of stomach is known as pylorus. You must know, you know very well. And this pylorus connects and opens into the first part of small intestine, that is known as duodenum. We will study further duodenum, and it starts from duodenum and ends in the last part of it extend. I am talking about the small intestine. It extends from pylorus. This is the pylorus, and it goes up to, you can see here, it goes up to the first part of large intestine, that is known as cecum. So we can, in simple word, we can say it is means small intestine. It is present between the last part of stomach, that is known as pylorus, and the first part of large intestine, that is known as cecum. So very simple, it is found between the pylorus and cecum. Clear, student? This is the location of small intestine in our digestive system, digestive tract, and you must know that it is found in our abdominal cavity, just like stomach. In next, we will talk about the length of small intestine. So in human, if I talk about the human adult, the approx length of small intestine may be 6.25, means 6.25 meter to 7 meter. It may be 6.25 meter to 7 meter. In some books you have studied that the length of a small intestine 6.25, and some books you have read 7 meter. So the approx idea is 6.25 meter to 7 meter. If we talk about the fits, so it is 20 feet long tube. Clear, students? So this is the length of a small intestine. Come to the next point. It is highly coiled structure meant for increasing surface area for digestion and absorption. I have written here that it is highly coiled structure. Students, please, you must know that this structure have this special feature. What is the feature? This is the specialty of small intestine, that the small intestines have multiple convolutions. You must know these are the convolutions. You look here that the multiple convolutions are found in small intestine. In other words, we can say this is present in multiple convolutions. With multiple convolutions, these are called folds also. So we can say it is highly coiled structure. It is a highly coiled structure. Must remember it is highly coiled structure. And why it is so highly coiled? If somebody asks you why it is found in this sequence, uh, in this manner, so why it is found in this manner? So the answer is that it meant for increasing the surface area for digestion and absorption. In further video, we will study that the most of the digestion and absorption take place in small intestine. So it is a very important organ of our gastrointestinal tract. Clear, students? So you must know that as long as how much the area of uh, digestion and absorption means, I mean to say that it needs much more area for digestion and much more area for absorption. How much the diameter, how much the area, and then how much then uh, how much the area for digestion, how much digestion and absorption take place. Okay, so it required more surface area. So more, how to increase surface area? So it is found in coiled manner. So that's why its surface area getting increased. So students, it is the reason why that's why it present in coiled structure, is present in coiled manner. Clear, students? Must know. Come to the next point, point number 4. Millions of tiny finger-like projections called villi project inwards from the lining of the small intestine. Students, this is also very important point and also important thing that in the wall of small intestine, if you view in microscope view, you can see in microscopic view that there are multiple finger-like projections are found like this. Means finger-like projections are found in the internal surface of the small intestine, which are projects inward, not outward. This is inward. This is inwards projections. Clear, students? Not if I look, this is the outward projections and these are inwards projections. So this is small intestine surface and this is the outward projections, but they are not present outward projections. There are inward finger-like projections found in the internal surface of small intestine and inwards from the lining of the small intestine. They are found on the lining of the small intestine. So what is the role of these finger-like projections? That's why I have already discussed that they are present for increasing the surface area of small intestine for digestion and absorption. So it is very much clear. Now come to the next point. The large surface area villi present allow for rapid absorption. I have already talked about this point that the large surface area villi present. Why is villi present? Villi increases the surface area. So there is a large surface area due to presenting of villi, due to presence of villi. Clear, student? So there is a large surface area and rapid absorption take place in that area. So these are present present on the lining of the small intestine. I am talking about these villi. Clear, students? So villi containing connective tissues. If you talk about the villi's internal structure, what the structures are connected with villi. So I am talking about villi, the villi containing connective tissue. Villi contains connective tissues and blood capillaries. You must know villi contains blood connective tissues because these small intestine have need oxygen, have some other and living molecules. So that's why come with the blood transportations. So there are multiple blood capillaries found in the surface of villi. So villi contains many connective tissues which connects to each other. Blood is also in connective tissues, and many connective tissues as blood capillaries are numerous, highly vascular. Means vascular means I am talking about blood capillaries, the numbers of tissues, vasculars. In if I talk about the plants, the phloem and xylem which conduct water and other food substances, these are called vascular tissues. And in human beings and other creatures, vascular tissues means connective tissues which carry blood and other watery substance from one place to another. These are the work of vascular tissues. So these are numerous highly vascular tissues are found in villi. Dear students, now come to the next point. Villi increases the internal surface area for absorption. I have already talking about this point about 10 times. Sorry, villi increases the internal surface area for absorption about 10 times in ileum. Students, in further video we will discuss about the parts of small intestine, and in further video when we describe the parts of small intestine, then I will show you that the third part of small intestine is called as called as ileum. Clear, students? So in ileum, first part is duodenum, second part is jejunum, and third part is ileum of small intestine, and it is highly coiled part. You must know that it is highly coiled part. Why it is highly coiled part? Because numerous numbers of villi are found here. Numbers of villi are found here are 10 times more in other parts of small intestine. Clear, friends? Means here the numbers of villi present in ileum are 10 times more. They are 10 times more in other parts like such as jejunum and such as duodenum. Duodenum is a small part of small intestine, and ileum is the longest part and much more part of the small intestine. So I mean to say that villi increases internal surface area. It increases surface area in all the parts of small intestine, but it increases surface area of ileum 10 times. How much times? 10 times. Why? Because numbers of villi are found here more than other part of the small intestine. So villi increases the internal surface area for absorption about 10 times in ileum, last part of the small intestine. I will just tell you that ileum. What is ileum? Ileum is the last part of small intestine. So it is increases the surface area 10 times more in other comparison to other parts of small intestine. Now come to the next point. Cell lining of villi have brush border or microvilli. Students, that is another important structure for absorptions and digestion, that the cell lining of villi. I am talking about the villi. The internal structure of villi have multiple cell linings, and these cell linings is having brush border structures. Brush borders is a special types of cells. I am talking about these brush borders. These are the special cells. These are also known as Kupffer cells. So brush border cells are brush border cells are found in cell lining of villi, and these brush border cells are increases the surface area also, and these are also known as microvilli. Some small finger like projections are also found on the tip of the microvilli. These are known as tip of the villi. These are known as microvilli. So clear, students, the villi is present on the internal surface of the small intestine, indicating the internal part, inner part of the small intestine, and in the surface of small intestine and the lining of the villi have special types of cells. These are known as brush border cells, and they are also known as microvilli. Sometimes microvilli and brush border cells are separating structures in some other books. So I write here that these are same, but brush borders are special types of cells that produce the microvilli. Clear, students? So these are microvilli. are help to microbialize, further increase the surface area for absorption. These are also same working, that they are also increases the surface area for digestion and absorptions. That time, now come to the last point of the today's description, that the chyme partially digested food from stomach enters into small intestine, where most part of digestion and absorption of food take place. We have already talked about the this point, that the food, partially digested food into partially digested food in stomach, in our stomach, is called chyme. Clear? And this chyme enters from stomach to small intestine. Clear, students? Partially digested food, which is known as chyme, in stomach, it enters into small intestine, and the chyme getting various types of intestinal juices, various types of other juices comes from the small, comes from the pancreas, comes from the liver and other organs. So these they act on this chyme, and they have played role to digest complete, means I mean to say that complete digestion with chyme take place in small intestine. Approx 99% of digestion take place in small intestine. In further organs like small intestine, rectum, there is a minute digestions and absorption take place. So we can say that this is the final junction where the maximum part of food get digested in small intestine. So this is the last junction where digestion of food and absorption of food take place. Clear? I'm talking about the small intestine. So clear, students? Very much clear for you. The chyme enters into the small intestine, where it get digested and absorbed. So the final form after the form of food after get digested in small intestine is called chyle. I write here chyle. What is said? Chyle. The form of food after getting digested in small intestine is called chyle, not chyme. This is another word which is known as chyle. Clear, students? So this is the basic descriptions of small intestine. In our upcoming video, we will discuss about the parts of small intestine. So keep watching, and give comments if you have any problems in the comment box, and please take the screenshot for prepare your notes. Thank you, students, for watching me.